The only thing the city gave us was security, and they, you know, that's all that they do for us. They're not cooperating, and they're not. They made meetings to show up here at the camp with like the mayor's office and the fire marshal and XYZ. You have to start listening to the people. You can't just leave us counted out like we don't count.
Yeah.
It's not going to work if we don't agree to it. Why do we have to do things that we're not agreeing to?
Yeah.
It's all preset, and that's our option, as if we're not capable to think of our own selves. It's not right.
So then the idea of like the whole thing when you said boarding schooling, does that mean
They're trying to send us off to places that they feel fit because they think that the way that we're living or the way that we are isn't right. And we're telling them we want housing. We want cultural specific where we can bring our culture back here.
Yeah.
Why are we not getting the support when culture was robbed from us
Yeah.
in the boarding school time? But they're trying to actually put us back into these institutes and not let us take care of our own people still.
Our culture's dying as it is, and we're trying to bring it back to life as much as we can.
And we're getting this pushback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they don't want that to happen. What are they so afraid of?
They're trying to keep us
Great
controlled.
Yeah. So when you sat with the mayor, did he ever say anything in the terms of like
He's never come to a meeting with us. He sends his assistants.
so the mayor's never met with you eye to eye, face to face?
No, sir.
That doesn't sound. I mean, there's like if somebody doesn't meet with you face to face, that's
Right, the mayor has never spoken with her.
what?
Yes.
Not once.
I'm so confused because like, how can you establish any kind of resolution or even propose anything if you haven't even spoken to the people face to face? Like that.
Because they're playing
This is
us.
like beyond disrespectful. Like you said.
Yeah.
If it, anything, he's basically saying, fuck you, I'm putting you on the back burner. When it comes to me, I'll deal with it, but right now, you're not my problem. It's basically, that's what he's saying without actually being verbal with it.
Right, but then once a parade around in front of here, like he's helping us.
Right.
But so who does he send to like speak?
His assistants, his people that does to run errands.
Okay, and I mean, do they treat folks around here like human beings, or do they?
Man, I can catch that, I can catch that.
The city workers that come here, do they treat the people with respect?
Oh no.
He really didn't say anything except for he was like a robot that kept saying, we appreciate you for the harm reduction and the lives that you have saved while you've been here at the camp Nenookaasi.
So they got this eviction coming up on Thursday, another proposed eviction.
And we know that deaths follow that. People come up missing. Disease spreads. We know all this. They know all this.
Yeah.
But yet they still want to evict when this land isn't up until the spring, since we could literally stay here
Yeah.
for a little longer if we have the next solution going. We've proposed that. We are asking for this. But they yet want to evict.
But you're saying part of the solution has been people having support, community support while being here
Yes.
to get clean and get whatever support that they need with people,
Yes.
as opposed to doing it alone. And
A pen is the
a lot of these city solutions that
Yes. Because this isn't going to be housing. That's going to be... It's going to be some harm reduction, but it's also going to be some healing for the people that are ready for recovery. So we're going to take care of our people.
Yeah. So then what's the message people should know that are outside of here that don't know anything about what's going on? Because they say democracy dies in darkness, or like just keeping things quiet is obviously going to benefit the mayor and his constituents. But what should people know about here and the upcoming potential eviction?
The people that aren't in here haven't seen how the people are healing.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight, but in 5 months, I wish that people on the outside would actually give them credit. People that can't see on the inside what's going on. They can't see that people have chores. People have, their duties and whatnot, their routines. How long has it been since a lot of people that live on the street actually have a routine and a home to say, okay, I do this every single day? Oh, the wood's here. Okay, we're all going to come in and we're going to do it together. Or maybe they're not feeling right now, but they're more of afternoon. They'll start it by the end of the evening. All that wood is in and stacked up, and brought to yurts. I had someone knock on my door last night and say, "Do you need some wood?" Thinking for other people, not just selfish for yourself. You know, bringing a meal, saying, "Hey, there were some eggs up there." This is the type of thing that, you know, like you see them bringing food back to their yurt, enough for everybody to have one. Thinking for other people. This is what's happening in this camp. That is a peaceful healing camp. And so it really made me laugh when I saw that post, because I said, that's what people on the outside think of us.
And the post was about a stolen car.
Yeah.
If you think about before this camp was here, during first tent city, for example, I'm one of the first tent city originals. Before the tent city got put up, but we lived in them. Mm-hmm. That's how we were able to survive. Because some of us don't have no other place to go besides, like, this here, this helps a lot. Like, the very first tent city, that was taken advantage of and all of that. But this, I think people are being more thoughtful and being more mindful with this tent.
Yeah, we were just talking to somebody outside that was in a car overnight last night because it was so cold. Then they just slid into a random car. Whereas a lot of people, you know, the crime watch thing you were saying, Nicole, made it sound like somebody was looking for a come up when really somebody's looking for a place to sleep. The last thing for people that don't understand, you said an eviction means death for some people. Like, this kind of chaos just goes about.
They don't have the warmth like we have here. If they don't have somewhere to go, they could freeze. Just literally, we have loaded Narcan everywhere to save lives. So we preload them. So if it's dark, whatever, they know where to find them up in their yurt, and they can help their friend.
And if they don't have that, then
out there or frozen, their friend just dies.
Okay.
These are things that the city will literally
Look past.
murder will be on Jacob Frey's hands because he knows what we have going on here. And he wants to actually send them out instead of finding a solution. We have 160 people, and shelter beds is not a solution. You get a mat, and at 7 a.m. you're back out to the street. So what do people do all day? Then you get that anxiety, that what do you call that? Like that when they're just trying to survive out there. And they start stealing cars, they start going into abandoned buildings, or they start going into other people's buildings.
Yeah.
They have somewhere to be now.
How can people support you?
Make letters in supporting to get our long-term housing.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We want our long-term housing, this healing center for our Indigenous people.
Look, I just can't believe that he hasn't been here.
No.
That is just the most, like, that's the most just, like, confusing thing. Like, how can you propose a solution for a place and people that you've never visited or seen or talked to face to face?
Exactly. That's why I said it's his ego or it's something. And it's like, as a leader, I've had people yell at me over here all the time. And a little bit later, I let them cool down and I give them a hug and I say, "Are you okay now? Why were you so upset?" And we mend that learning how to work things out, how to mediate. Not people are going to go up to here. But to realize, you just come up to me and let's talk. Let's talk this out. And then so as a leader, that's a poor leader. Especially if I yelled at him and I had a reason. Why were you such an upset grandma about the roof depot when your family was literally at stake? When you're not listening to the people, that's where you get that frustration and that anger.
Yeah.
It's not against him personally, but ever since then, he can't sit at the table because of his ego.
Well,
Poor leaders would be able to squash things to make your city better, right?
oh, 100%. 100%.
To make your village better, you're going to look at the bigger picture and say, hey, this is bigger than just this one person. This is about 160 of my residents that live in my city, and I need to go speak with this person that I don't like every single person in the camp. Some people just irritate my soul. Like, no lie. I'm just like, oh.
Like you're saying, like,
But I love them to death.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's work on this.
Yeah.
Some people that never thought they could live in this tent, like Christina, she lives here. She used to irritate my soul, and now I just love her.
There you go. Well, I hope there's a resolution that the people here want and what you want, as opposed to whatever the city is trying to decide for this Thursday?
Well, like I said, it's like come up with solutions because you know what? I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
What's good enough for my people is good enough for me. And if it's these yurts for now, this is a temporary warm solution
Yeah.
and a safe solution for them rather than in their tents where it's not very much protection.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of them, I don't have mine as insulated as other people. They have blankets and whatnot in there.
Shit, I just did.
Yeah.